This is probably my #1 most requested video. My clients have been asking me to make a video about what kinesiology is for so long because they don't know how to explain it to their friends and family. And people who haven't tried kinesiology keep asking me over and over, what is it? How does it work? What are the benefits? How is it different from everything else? So I'm going to explain all that and more in today's video so you can have a good understanding of how kinesiology works. So before we really get into it, I just want to say a quick thing. I'm definitely not speaking for the entire kinesiology industry in this video. I'm just speaking on behalf of myself. I use kinesiology in quite a different way than most people do, especially since I combine it with a mindset coaching session. So yes, kinesiology is very, very different depending on the kind of practitioner that you see, and it treats all sorts of different things, but I'm not going to go into it in this video because otherwise we'd be here forever. All right, so what is kinesiology? I'm sure if you've Googled the definition of what is kinesiology, you probably came out so confused on the other side. I get it, I am a kinesiologist, and when I read a definition of what it is, I come out confused. So don't worry, you're not alone. That being said, I'm just gonna keep this super simple for you. Kinesiology basically uses something called muscle testing to identify energy imbalances within your body. How does kinesiology work? Well, I always say that you need to have that fundamental knowledge that we are so much more than skin and bones. We are made up of energy, just like anything else in this world. So once you have that knowledge, then you can begin to understand how muscle testing works. So what muscle testing is we basically just are reading the different way that your body responds when we're talking about different things. And this is what allows us to identify different stressors and different imbalances within your body. So how can you benefit from it? Well, because we're using muscle testing, we're actually talking to the subconscious mind. So I think you would agree with me if I say when you set a goal for yourself, oftentimes you sabotage yourself from reaching that goal and you don't end up actually achieving it. The reason being is because you have these subconscious sabotages. So in order to figure out what they are, kinesiology is such an amazing modality because we're using this muscle testing to identify exactly what's blocking you from getting what you want. Okay, so to really paint a picture, I need to give you an example. So I wanted to pick a topic that's kind of relatable to everybody, but just know that this is relevant to whatever goal you're trying to achieve. So I'm going to be talking about money. So say your goal is to make more money this year and to step up to that next level in your business, right? So we need to figure out why you haven't been able to do that. So say you set that goal last year and you've kind of stagnated and you're in the same space as well. So with kinesiology, what we would do is explore that and figure out why you're subconsciously sabotaging yourself from getting to that point. So it could be for so many different reasons. And I've actually worked on this particular type of goal with many of my clients, since many of them are business owners or entrepreneurs or creatives that are pursuing what they love. So there's different things that have come up for each individual person. I know I had one guy I was working with, he had a loyalty to his brother, and he felt like if he made more money, he would be leaving his brother behind. And then this is obviously all subconscious. So that's why he kept sabotaging himself from getting to that next level, because he didn't want to ruin his relationship with his brother. I had another client, and her dad, when they were younger, they were really wealthy, and he actually ended up having a heart attack. So now she associates working really hard and having a lot of money with bad health. So she keeps sabotaging herself because she has this idea somewhere in her subconscious mind that once she gets to that level of success, she's going to have a heart attack. And I guess this is really a point that I want to emphasize. With kinesiology, you're never getting a one-size-fits-all session. It's always tailored specifically for you because we're just literally communicating with your subconscious mind. So yes, of course, these two clients that I talked about could have sat down with a list of common sabotages, and they could have sat down and talked about it for days and tried to work it out, and then they would have eventually, yes, figured out that that's why they kept sabotaging themselves. But the point is, with kinesiology, instead of trying to figure it out consciously, using a lot of time, energy, and effort, we're just going straight to the subconscious mind, and we're going, right, oh, here's the issue. On top of that, we do use different techniques on the body to basically help reduce stress around those certain events. And I also use different coaching techniques as well to help people break through those barriers. In terms of the energetic techniques, I'm not going to go into them in this video because there's literally hundreds, but they involve using different meridian points on the body, acupressure points, etc., etc. So that's the beauty of a kinesiology session. You're always getting the answers that you want from your body, and literally a kinesiologist is just a facilitator helping you communicate with a different aspect of yourself. And it's actually really cool. 9 out of 10 times, people are so surprised in terms of what comes up in a session because they're so focused and fixated on, this is what's wrong, when it's really actually something completely different over here. And I know in my personal experience, that's why I fell in love with kinesiology, because I would always be really good at figuring out my own stuff, but then when I was able to go in and work on a deeper level that was really getting to the root of the issue of what was causing me stress and anxiety and why I wasn't able to move forward, and I was able to clear it and then move forward, it was just absolutely fascinating. So that's when I knew I needed to become a kinesiologist, because I wanted to work with people in that kind of capacity. So another popular question that I get is, how long does it take to get results? And I think it's a really good question, but it differs from person to person. I always look at any kind of personal development work that you're doing like a dirty window. At first, you need to literally just clear all the immediate dirt and stress that's going on in your mind, and then you start to see clearly through it. And when you do, that's when you start working on some of the deeper stuff that's been lingering there for a while, like things from the past, mom and dad stuff that we all have, and that's when you get really, really deep, significant results. That being said, in every single session, you definitely get results because you leave feeling more clear and more aware, and you know what you need to do outside of our appointments together in order to implement everything that we spoke about. So a lot of people actually sort out one issue and then they're like, but now I want to work on this, Andra. And it's really exciting because then we get to tie it all in together and work on multiple aspects of their life. And I love it. All right, guys, so if you're intrigued and you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, I am currently seeing clients in Melbourne and over Skype, so I'll just leave my email address with you. It's andra@andramariawellness.com, and I'll leave it in the link below as well. Now, I know you're wondering, how the hell does kinesiology work over Skype? I'm actually going to include a link to an article that I wrote that explains it all there, but just keep in mind, we are all energy, so yes, it can defy space and time. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below for weekly videos on how to create a life you love, and leave me a comment below. What other aspects of kinesiology do you want me to talk about? I'd love to know. I'll see you guys next time. My battery's this close to dying, and it's like, please, please don't die. Let me just say one more word, and you end up talking faster and faster because you don't want the battery to die. The joys of filming. I think it's lunchtime, and it's definitely lunchtime for my battery.